Look at the cycles of your life. Those stages, those months or years where you are flying. Everything seems to be operating from a place of abundance, big energy, an evolution of consciousness. And then you have those falls, those troughs, where you can feel you're nowhere near your highest. You're not operating from the fullness of who you are. Look at those cycles. And look at your relationship to your sexual energy in those cycles. In the uptrends, were you in a relationship, in a loving relationship where you were making love? Or were you on your own, but you were disciplined? You had your practices, or not even your practices, just your life in order. You were keeping your energy. You weren't chasing transient things or falling into distractions. Look at the lows of your life. Look at your relationship to your sexual energy when you're in the pits, in the trough. Often many men will hit the rock bottom after jerking off to porn. We live in the sexual energy realm, and we all have an opportunity to build a relationship with it and to use it for the higher good. All ancient traditions talk about this, the alchemical process of transmuting your base sexual energies, having that rise up the spine, the staff, reach the crown, and turn into spiritual energy. We all have an opportunity to do that. And 2025 is going to be the time where you step fully into that. This is for me as well. I've been very good at this for the last handful of years, yet there's still these micro ebbs and troughs. And right now is the time to go, I know what is not serving me. I'm having the choice points, and I choose to use this to my highest degree. The more power you take on, the more responsibility, the more subtle shifts will hurt your level of consciousness. That playing around with lust, these sort of demonic forces will extract it very quickly. And this doesn't have to be on a gross level, on like jerking off to porn or having sex with heaps of people. There's subtle ways where we're tapping into that and giving our power and energy away. I look to Hermeticism as a foundation of some of the ancient religious texts, and Rosicrucianism and esoteric Christianity. And they all talk about this alchemical process of transmuting base energies into higher spiritual energies. And we all have an opportunity to do that. It just requires will and attention and consistency. A sexual energy in today's age is more under attack than ever before. The phone that I am speaking into is full of energy siphons trying to pull your energy, attention, and power away. Sex is the biggest industry in the world. Check out the rise of OnlyFans. Go on Twitter for a bit. Go on Instagram. Go on these places that activate that and watch it pull you around and have you fall back to the ground. It's time to let go of the things that are no longer serving you for 2025. 2025 in Chinese astrology is the year of the snake and shedding of skin. You can choose to shed your skins now, leave it behind, and start operating on this new you. This you that you've always known is there, but there's just a few behavioral patterns, things that you're doing consistently that are holding you back from moving into it. And in this sexual energy realm, I believe it's the biggest one for men to navigate. We can also see that the suppression path does not work either, that generally pendulum swings into chaos as well. You can look at that through religious misuse of sex, yoga guru misuse of sex, and how they're like blindsided by it. I don't know how this happened. They've tried to bypass it so much that it comes up like this. We have an opportunity as men who have chosen the path, the spiritual path, but it's also of woman and world. You're looking to engage, you're looking to make your impact in this world. Therefore, you having a relationship with your lower kingdom, your sexual energy, moving through shame, opening the energy channels, being able to move and breathe it, but most importantly, outside of practice and outside of your solo stuff, it is what you say no to. You're saying no to the low-hanging fruit. You're saying no to things that flare up your lust demons. It will extract your level of awareness and consciousness very quickly. To walk this path, there are more side quests. There are more things pulling you away. Obviously, you can deal with lust if you run away to the cave and do the meditations and all of this, and they can be for a phase, but you are a man who is wanting to walk in the world as well. That you understand your sexual energy is your creative life force, and it is men that can harness this and alchemize it into their highest purpose, be that in the lovemaking with a partner, in the divine union of the masculine and feminine, or putting it into their purpose and bodies and everything that matters to them. It is time to say no to the things that are taking away your spiritual and creative juice. We are all alchemists. We're doing it all the time, whether you put your attention into it or not. You can transmute anger into courage, into action. You can use that anger for physical stuff and releasing that in a more productive way. It is time to take that sexual energy with more attention, more intention, more will, more focus. And it's not that you have to be a rigid semen retainer on, I am a semen retainer, this is what I'm focusing on. Focus on the purpose-driven things that are aligning to your life and allow that alchemical process to take place. In the choice points that will innately occur, choose the light, choose the right one. 2024, the last couple of months, my friends, people I work with, myself included in some ways, have had things come up for you to see, to realize there is work to be done. That can be overwhelming, but be grateful for it. Be grateful that you have the level of awareness that you can actually see areas for you to improve. The sexual energy process, your creative energy, your life force, having the energy channels open and allowing that to flow into your spiritual and worldly impactful life in this day and age. This is our biggest gift, and like a man who is tapped into that and is driven by it in the light side will have so much energy working towards his purpose. If you followed the lust demon for a while and gone to the dark side, you will see how that destroys men so quickly, quicker than anything. Some bad decisions from lust can detour your life for years, decades, lifetimes. This is not to scare you or put it in your face like, don't go near it. We're not running away from it. We're integrating, we're alchemizing. You can do it. And you've done it before. That's the thing. If you look at the cycles of your life, you've touched it. You've touched higher states of you, and now it's about that consistency and operating from it. It's often the down stages that can lead you into a more disciplined approach, and then when everything is flowing and going and the opportunities come in and the temptations, and they work for a bit. If you've gone a celibate stage and then you've reintegrated with women and it's going great, it's awesome, but this is where they come up to get you. You drop the ball when you're at the top a few times and it's still fine, and then we're slowly falling back down. Alchemizing your base energy, allowing it to rise, to become your spiritual energy, your creative life force. This is the path of the modern man. Whether you need some practices there to build that relationship with your lower kingdom, to move through shame, or it's a more passive approach where you're just not doing the things that are taking it away. Combining them, learning how to breathe, open the energy channels, move it, can be of path to you, and moving into conscious love making with someone you love, which is one of the greatest portals on this earth. I am opening a community in the new year that will have some of that premise, but if you want to go deeper, you can always hit me up, work one-on-one with me, or just hit a free call if that is of interest to you. Because for me, I'm not messing around with that anymore. I'm a guy who's I like to experience things myself, even if that brings pain, to go, aha, that was an edge. All right, there's an integration phase here. It doesn't mean I have to run off and run away from life. It can for a day, but these integration phases get quicker. But the more I learn through the ups and downs, the more the ancient texts, the doctrines and things, they hit deeper because I've lived a life of experience. That those who live the life shall know the doctrine. That through the life experience you deepen, and then the things that you resonate with and the knowledge that you take in hits different. Hope you had an awesome year. This next one, let's get serious. Let's take it to the next level. And it's not having to have this practice, practice, practice. It can involve that. It's more saying no to the things that are taking your energy and power away. The lust demon is the biggest one that I see in men, especially in this age. And the good news is, I believe because of the over hypersexuality and the way it has been hijacked, that if you get this under control, the powers that you get for being a man on that path are even greater. You can do it. Have a happy new year. Talk soon.